is the blackest fabric in the world.
In the world! There's a new super black on the market.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's called Singularity Black.
What? These names.
Which I am obsessed with the name because singularity is a reference to the center of a black hole.
Sure.
Right?
That's pretty much the blackest place you can go.
It's a solvent-based paint that absorbs almost all light and makes objects look utterly flat.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I want to see it. I want to hold it.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Say hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason. It was a two-man show schedule, but I was in it. And like a week before install, I get a phone call, and they're like, "Hey, we don't know if we can do the show at all. The other artists flaked, and we can't fill it." And I said it, even though I knew I could kind of do it. I was like, "Yeah, we'll fill it. I can fill it. Like, I'll fill the whole thing." And that's how I landed my first show. That's awesome. And that's the thing, I even tell my students and stuff like that. You gotta just...
Yeah.
You just gotta work.
You gotta just, like, do whatever you have to do to meet the
Yeah, yeah. So it was a choice. Like, let them find another person and shut down the show, or, like, just hoss up. I think I had to finish at least 3 pieces to actually fill those walls.
Wow.
But that's what you do.
Make shit happen.
Yeah.
We are chatting with Jason Chase and Dr. Colin Preston.
Get an email from Colin basically saying, "Hey, you should come up to the laboratory and see some stuff." And I kind of thought maybe that he was talking about the blackest material on Earth. He had about 3 or 4 samples laid out of it, and I knew exactly what I was looking at. I was looking at carbon nanotube coating. I remember, I think he specifically asked, like, "Are you interested in using this?" I was like, yes, I am.
That basically started the Black Iron Ursa project, which is what you were discussing in your podcast about Blackest Blacks. And then after that, we just had this wave of interest from artists all over the world.
Jason put that there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this was in, I guess, I don't even know if this was in the Times or something, but it mentioned singularity and it had a black hole, and so we actually sprayed it black. So this has been transformed into kind of the oil paint development wall. Jason and Tom primarily have been collaborating on different pigments that serve as pure, hueless blackening and whitening agents for oil paints and acrylics. And something they noticed is that, because it was inspired from Singularity, Blackest paint, and so we tried to have that put down on a different medium that could be brushed or applied in a different way. And although the carbon nanotubes that are in these oil paints don't render them entirely black, like void black, they render them hueless. So for color nerds like Jason, having the ability to preserve color while still changing the actual darkness or lightness is amazing, because in fact when you're darkening these pigments with a black, you're actually changing the color without realizing it. We have the ability to do different spectroscopy, so we don't just look at the color based on eye, we can actually quantifiably look at the reflectance, look at the hue, look at how it performs all the way into the IR, which is heat and things that we can't see. So when we're qualifying these coatings, we're not just qualifying them for how spectacular they look, we're also qualifying them for whether NASA wants to continue to use them, which is kind of cool. So anything that we develop with regards to Singularity, we also sell to different contractors and optics companies and things like that. And then this is superimposed across Jason's studio, so he's been creating this this pentagram. This is kind of a little sneak peek at what we're working on in the future. So this is one of Jason's screens that he would use for earlier works with his Weebles, and obviously.
Oh, he forgot about the Weebles.
Yeah.
They wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah.
That's like me when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Truly.
If there's a Weeble that just fell and then like needed someone to drag it back home, that would be me.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we're looking to have screen printing as like a major application
Singularity?
method. Yeah, with like
That'd
the
be
Blackest
cool.
Black screen printed
Oh my
anything.
gosh.
This is what carbon nanotubes look like. Just a bunch of powder.
Wait, what does it look like?
And it's
Yeah,
very
so what
black.
is this?
One more time.
Okay, these are what carbon nanotubes look like after they're grown. It's just a big bucket of black powder. And so the biggest problem that we have is taking this and turning it into something that you can actually use
Adhere to
in a
something.
paint. This is what the paint looks like.
Blackness.
Because it's the thing I was making.
Yeah, it's basically just like suspended little chunks of CNT. And, you know, there's really nothing special as to the type of equipment we use. You know, using this Awada airbrush.
I think that was in my high school art class.
Yeah, I think everyone
Exact setup.
could find this like anywhere. So,
So for artists out there that would be interested in like using this in their own work, the process of learning how to use it is easy, medium.
Easy.
Okay.
we have different ways that we can do it. You can buy the paint, you can try it on your own. We send you an instruction sheet, and you just basically get after it. And if you have any troubles with the type of safety equipment, we have obviously, you know, different gas masks that we have because this is a pretty solvent-heavy material, so we need to protect what we're breathing in, protect our eyes. This turns on and ventilates all of the gases and vapors, so it's pretty safe to spray in here. And if you have that equipment, then sure, we sell you paint, you spray it yourself. We also have parts sent here and we coat it for you. And I think the very unique service that we offer for artists is that we do a lot of project consultation where people can come in and basically purchase our time and bring in their ideas, bring in their some samples, and we basically train them in how to use this material and also consult on their project ideas to get them in the right direction for what they want to do with this paint in the future. Because the better we are at communicating with artists, the more we benefit from their creativity and the more we find out that we're all really just the same.
Yeah.
We get excited about the same things, innovation, seeing something that we haven't seen before. It's called a C-Lab, and it's a spectrometer, and it measures 3D color space. And if you think of darkness and then blue, yellow, and red, green as a 3D coordinate, this will give you a point that tells you how red or green it is, how blue or yellow it is, or how black or white it is. So our goal is to look at the black and white and have that be as zero as possible, because that basically means that it doesn't really matter what the color is, it's not picking up anything. So this is a standard black canvas. So that's like an L star of 15. So we'll say that's like 15% reflectant or something like that, right? That's this, which is basically your standard black canvas material that's used ubiquitously. This is how our coating performs, which is an order of magnitude lower. It's like in the below a 5. So, and you can see superimposed how much darker Singularity is compared to just a raw black fabric. This is the blackest fabric in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Is that canvas?
This is canvas.
What are we spraying?
Today, kids, we're gonna be spraying Hydrophobic Tom.
Hydrophobic Tom.
Yeah. This is the brainchild of Jason and Tom, Dr. Tom Morgan, art mogul, scientist, sex symbol.
Yeah, that's it.
Hits them all.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with all of those.
his words, not mine. blast this puppy. Okay, that's popping.
So hydrophobic, those are actually rolling.
They don't just
Yeah.
slide, they roll.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
That's cool. Hydrophobic Tom?
Hydrophobic Tom. Real Tom.
Regular Tom. Actual Tom.
Not hydrophobic.
I bet you're able to.
Yeah, get on your tiptoes.
You're able to just get up and down.
There we go. Yeah, that's actually... It works. No more head.
Once I started to think about, okay, now it's time to come out with pieces of artwork that really express what it is to be void of light. One of the most iconic things out there, absolutely, is the little black dress.
Yeah, the art history babes would totally model your little black dresses. So that'd be great. Talking about the blackest little black dress on the planet. It's just a cool thing to say.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, it's a fun title.
it's just a fun thing to like be able to objectively say like this is the blackest dress that exists.
Yeah, and garment on the planet. When we were doing spectral testing on it, it has anomaly spots on it that were like some of the darkest things that the lab has done.
Wow.
What I wanted to do when it came to the dress was what would be the most impactful thing that I could do. And so it absolutely came down to an icon. I started to think of what are the most iconic black things. And there was nothing to me that even comes close to the little black dress. Just what it means, its impact, how long it's been around. And what I thought would happen, and now that it's actually together, I think that it's really working. It deepens the iconography without changing it.
Yeah.
Actually, did they destroy that? Jason, was that insane asylum that they destroyed? Is that gone? Has it been taken down?